It's time for Outdoors Bound with George and Olaf, sponsored by Lynchburg Arms and Indoor Shooting Range.
Outdoors Bound tonight, news about Virginia's state saltwater fish, the Atlantic striped bass. Striped bass numbers have been in decline in recent years, and fishery managers were hoping for a little help from Mother Nature in the form of a good spawn this past spring. Our George and Olaf tells us the results of that spawn are in.
Got her? Yeah. Atlantic striped bass are an iconic game and commercial fish species with a billion-dollar impact on the economies of every East Coast state from North Carolina to Maine.
Go head first. Head first. Here we go.
While they're a coastal fish, 70 to 90% of Atlantic striped bass are spawned in the Virginia and Maryland waters of the Chesapeake Bay. Every year, Maryland and Virginia do a Young of the Year survey to determine spawning success. Fisheries managers were hoping for good results. What they got fell short. Spawning success was well below historical averages this year.
We were hoping for better numbers again this year.
That is Chesapeake Bay Foundation Virginia Executive Director Chris Moore. Fisheries managers have been through this before. Weak spawns and overfishing led to a near total collapse back in the 1980s. That led to a commercial and sport fishing moratorium for several years until stocks could come back. While there's been talk of another moratorium, Moore says we're not there yet.
The biomass is still well above what it was when we had the last moratorium as well. I think fisheries managers still feel like this species can turn around, and we are obviously going to need a little bit of help from Mother Nature as well. We've got to have some of those big year classes. If you look back at how the striped bass population was restored, it was a couple of big year classes.
Got her? She's in the net.
How y'all doing, folks? The Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission is going to hold its annual meeting starting next week. That commission governs all saltwater fishing regulations on the East Coast. You can bet the results of this survey are going to be front and center when the commission considers reductions in sport and commercial harvest, as well as other regulations for striped bass. And while you can expect management action, fisheries biologists, they still need a little help from Mother Nature. Like Chris Moore said in the story, a few good spawns would go a long way to restoring striped bass numbers.
So George, what seems to be the problem with the spawns?
You can blame Patrick. It's mostly weather. Last year was an exception, but we've had a bunch of warmer winters lately. Baby striped bass feed on tiny creatures called zooplankton. When they're born in the spring, they feed on those zooplankton. Well, warmer winters mean warmer water sooner. That causes those zooplankton to hatch early. When the baby stripers finally hatch, a lot of that zooplankton's already hatched and gone. They drift down. That leaves baby stripers with very little to eat. Also problems with increased predation, especially from blue catfish.
Very interesting. Thank you, George. We appreciate that.